check this out.
Okay.
Welcome back, Bricksters. Today we've got something seriously exciting rolling into the YuniBrickBuilds garage, the LEGO Technic Ford Bronco SUV 42213. And right now, you're watching the full time-lapse build from start to finish. But trust me, this one is more than just a build. This is a full off-road experience in LEGO form. Now, before we even get into the build, let's talk about first impressions. This set comes in at 943 pieces, and right out of the box, you already know LEGO is going for that rugged off-road feel. The box art alone sets the tone: rain, mud, and that classic Bronco stance. This isn't meant to sit pretty on a shelf. This thing looks like it wants to hit the trail. As we start opening up the bags, you can already see a lot of bold red pieces, mixed with black and gray Technic elements. That color combination is what really brings the Bronco to life later on. And what I love right away is how organized the build feels. Each bag clearly builds up a section of the vehicle, making it super satisfying to progress. Now as the time-lapse kicks in, you'll notice the chassis starts coming together first. This is where Technic builds really shine. It's not just about looks, it's about structure. You're building the skeleton of the vehicle, and everything from here on out connects back to this foundation. And Bricksters, this is where patience comes in. Technic builds are not your typical LEGO builds. You're dealing with pins, axles, and connections that all need to be just right. But once it starts clicking together, it's incredibly satisfying. Already at this stage, you can start to see the length and shape of the Bronco forming. It's low, wide, and has that aggressive off-road stance even before the body panels go on. And we're just getting started. Now, as we move deeper into the build, this is where things really start to get interesting. The structure is solid at this point, and now we begin layering in the details that give this Bronco its personality. You'll start seeing more of those red panels coming in, shaping the body and giving it that iconic look. One of the things I really appreciate about this set is how LEGO uses Technic pieces to create curves and angles. It's not always easy to get smooth shapes with Technic, but here they do a great job capturing that rugged Bronco design. And as we keep going through the time-lapse, you'll notice the suspension and wheel setup coming together. This is a huge part of what makes this set feel like a real off-road vehicle. The stance, the height, the way it sits, it all adds to that realism. Now let's talk about the details for a second. You've got that front grille design starting to form, the headlights, and even the roof rack setup coming together. These small touches make a big difference. And Bricksters, this is where the build starts to feel alive. You're no longer just building pieces, you're building a vehicle. The doors, the hood, the side panels, everything starts connecting and locking into place, and suddenly you can recognize it instantly as a Bronco. Also, shout out to the interior details. Even though this is a Technic set, LEGO still adds enough inside to make it feel complete. It's not just a shell, there's actual structure and intention behind every section. And as we move toward the later bags, the build speed and the time-lapse really picks up, but in real time, this is where you're locked in, making sure everything lines up perfectly. Because one wrong pin, and you'll feel it later. All right, Bricksters, this is where everything comes together. The final panels go on, the roof is completed, and now we're adding those last details that take this from a build to a full display piece. And just like that, the LEGO Technic Ford Bronco SUV is complete. Now let's talk final thoughts. This set absolutely delivers on what it promises. It's rugged, it's detailed, and it feels like a true off-road vehicle. The stance is probably one of my favorite parts. It sits perfectly and really captures that Bronco look. The build itself is engaging the entire way through. It's not too simple, but also not overly complicated to the point where it becomes frustrating. It hits that sweet spot where you're constantly interested and excited to see the next step. Display-wise, this thing looks amazing. Whether you're putting it on a shelf, a desk, or even building a small off-road scene around it, it stands out immediately. And honestly, this is one of those sets that feels like it has personality. It's not just a car. It feels like it's ready to drive off your desk. Now the real question is, would I recommend it? If you're into Technic builds, off-road vehicles, or just want something different from your usual LEGO sets, this is definitely worth picking up. And if you're a Bronco fan, this one's a no-brainer. But now I want to hear from you. So Bricksters, is this a must-have for your collection, or are you letting this one pass? Remember, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to YuniBrickBuilds, where bricks become legends.
Sigue con el revolú. Yeah. Sigue con el revolú. Yeah. Súbete, 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 súbete para arriba. Súbete, 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 súbete para arriba. Súbete, 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 súbete para arriba. Para arriba, para arriba, para arriba. Ella se pone tan fresh, tan fresh. Ella se pone tan fresh, tan fresh. Yeah. Sigue con el revolú. 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 Yeah. Súbete, 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 súbete para arriba. Súbete, 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 súbete para arriba. Súbete, 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 súbete para arriba. Para arriba, para arriba, para arriba. Súbete, súbete, súbete para arriba. Súbete, súbete, súbete para arriba.
I build Lego. If you love building like I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now.